Hey folks, we here at Alpha Rookie like comics and movies and TV shows, but we also like games.
I love video games. I love things.
And not just video games, but even card games like Ascension, Munchkin, Magic the Gathering, stuff like that. We're just too old. We don't have as much time for that stuff as we used to, so you don't see us covering it really. But today, we've got a treat. We were lucky enough to run into some local folks that come into the comic shop where I work. They saw our YouTube stuff and reached out about a card game they're making. They offered us a chance to get a prototype version of their game and have a go at it, and we thought that sounds like fun. So today we're giving you a preview of something we think is pretty cool and definitely fits our brand of humor and style. Today, on this great day in history, we, gathered here for laughs and entertainment, have decided to show you the future of America. I do declare my nomination for fun presidential knife fight. Now, to be fair, right up front, the developers did bribe us to play their game. So any FCC or SEC folks out there watching, let it be known, PKF hath given us 2 nickels for our time. Or maybe we just need them to play the game. You decide, America! To get the details out of the way, this game is designed by Jason Wegener, art by Darian Gonzalez, and graphic design and logos by Neil Williams II. So what is this game? Well, it's a game where you stab presidents. Well, you stab dead presidents. Well, clones of dead presidents. Disclaimer, PKF people and Alpha Rookie do not condone stabbing people, especially presidents, living or dead. I mean, unless you're absolutely certain it's like a zombie president trying to eat your brains. The game is suited for 3 to 6 players and is really all about aggressive, dog-eat-dog violence in card form. Don't throw the cards at each other, it's a metaphor. Polite gamers will lose every time, which is ironic given the political theme. Everyone picks a president by nominating one of 3 random choices you have at the beginning of the game to be the supreme ruler, president thing. Like, your opening hand might have Reagan, Polk, and Taft, or something like that. You also get action cards that let you stab, maim, murder your opposing presidential nominees, or reaction cards to save you from getting stabbed. Maybe you're not into presidential martyrdom, so you hide behind a scapegoat who will take the hit for you, accepting the sweet embrace of your friend's knife. Or maybe throw your vice president under the bus, let him feel some cold hard steel. Killing other presidents and surviving other presidents' attempts on your life earns you votes, and votes make you win. Basically, the game pokes fun at history and teaches you a thing or two along the way. It doesn't rely on having tons of past presidential knowledge, but it helps to get some of the inside jokes. Like, instead of dying as Richard Nixon, you can resign and get corruption points. There's a wide enough variety in presidential powers and combinations of cards with special effects that it could be played dozens of times and end up with wildly different outcomes. As an example, me and Kyle and his wife played the game, and for a brief portion of the game, he was John Quincy Adams and I was John Adams, his father. Because we were both in play at the same time, our stabbing power was double, and we decided not to kill each other, being family and all. We had a little alliance going that was only really there so we could have more stabbing strength, fully aware that if someone was on the verge of winning, there was no doubt that he would ambush me and leave me in a shallow grave. That's the fun of it, trying to work together while really thinking about how you're actually going to screw them over. You know, politics. And there's really no hot strat that is OP, except maybe Theodore Roosevelt and his big-ass club. Fuck that guy. OP is overpowered and strategy. And since it goes up to 6 players, the complexity of it all would jump significantly since you can only attack people sitting next to you unless you have a special ability as a president or a specific action card. With 3 people, it's a stabbing free-for-all, but with 4 or more, it can definitely be a decidedly more strategic game. We love strategery.
Strategery.
It was a fun time and is definitely better if you get yourself into the whole presidential and political vibe and lean into the humor the game presents. Announcing your president for candidacy and throwing a card down the table is stupid fun. And we here at Alpha Rookie like our humor and our stupid fun. And the game totally matches up with that. Now that we're done blowing the PKF people here with showering praise, it's not perfect. It's a bit confusing when you read the instructions, and there's a lot of playing a card for the first time and not quite being sure how a certain ability affects this player or all players, etc. Sometimes you just have to make judgment calls in a house rule sort of way, which is common for anyone that has played Munchkin before. Hell, the developer even says in the instructions to argue out your case and then vote on it and try to get an impartial person to weigh in if possible. It's part of the fun of the game, but also makes it hard to have clear defining rules sometimes. The art is supposed to evoke an old presidential painting look, but it's not always easy to tell what you're looking at. Take Better Off as a Corpse, for example. But you can find out for yourself since they offer a print-and-play version of the game right now on their Kickstarter page. You can get the instructions and print the cards out and try it yourself and see if it's up your alley. and then maybe back their Kickstarter if you enjoy it. I'd suggest doing that and giving them feedback on any issues that pop up. I'd say it's a 90% of the way there kind of game, and more people playing it and offering feedback to issues that arise can help it get all the way there in playability. They've been really responsive with us giving them feedback and answering questions, so they have an ear open to making the game the best it can be. Remember, we don't know the PKF people or have any connection to them, but we like supporting a small-time local group trying to make something cool. It's not like Hasbro or Parker Brothers tapped us to shill their game. This is a truly ragtag story of having a funny idea and running with it and actually making something which we love, because, you know, that's kind of what we do. All in all, we thought it was pretty fun, and advise taking a gander at their Kickstarter page to see for yourself if it's something you might be into. If you like tabletop games or card games and enjoy hanging out with friends and laughing while you stab each other in the face, you'll like it. So, we want you to go out there and support indies and local startups. Go see Cal, go see Cal, go see Cal. Okay.
Do it again, just don't look at me.
Presidential knife fight.